As always, and I should open with this, timestamps are available in the video, so you can just skip to where you want, especially when I get into the settlement. But just wanted to go over the upgrades really quickly, just in case you're new, I guess. But if you're coming back, I mean, really not much else to look at. We failed the seal, so we have to do another one. I have not reforged the seal on the save file yet. And away we go. I think I wanted to go down, if I recall, but because I wanted to get the Ashen Thicket deed done, just to get it done. Now that being said, we still have to prepare our Embark. So with that said, we'll just go on with what we have. Let me just see, because so these are all about mining, and I have to get used to kind of I was gonna call it vanilla, but I have to get used to non-alpha 2, because in non-alpha 2, oh goodness, I had to cough for a moment. Yeah, in non-alpha, what should do I really want to do this? I think I want to do this. This is gonna be weird. Actually, you know what? I'll pick harpies instead. Clickety-clack, the mouse comes back, and I will take another look at what we have on our plate. I think we'll just go with numbers here. Yeah, we'll go with numbers. We'll save the meat in case we can, or, well, we definitely can make jerky, but as we start on Viceroy. So we'll stay on Viceroy, at least, as I said before, until we forge the first seal, the copper seal. I always get this name wrong, but as we look at these forest mysteries, hey, soil reclamation again. I should have taken humans. Now we have foxes and a beaver instead. Which, I mean, we can work with. It's perfectly fine. It's just rip farms. Let's see here. So, resources burn quicker. Food production slowed by 15% per hostility level. Complex food housing, but we do want to look at the resolve. Melancholy. A complex food and housing, and no, we don't need services. Again, that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to get used to the service goods not providing a use without the building, but I mean, we can do it. I mean, people have done the Queen's Hand trial without it. Let me just make sure. And then we use twice the amount of goods, but assuming we get things, we get things as we move into the pause part of this video, then yeah, we should be perfectly fine. Considering we have a thing, yeah, let's just take Herb Garden. I've learned my lesson, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go watch the full 2 hour 50 minute plus run where I proceed. I will need this, but wow, I really didn't get anything else, huh? Let me just check really quickly. Hold on, let me just decide this. Probably take dye, and then the jerky would help too, because we can immediately use the meat. We can also get insects at some point, right? No. So primarily it'd be for the dye, but then we can make jerky immediately. That'll be our temporary startup food. As a chair creaks underneath me, and yeah, we have the herb garden, so we have the herbs to make tea if we want to. We'll get rainwater, and then I'll need to figure out what to do. We have temporary tea measures, but otherwise, actually, I should do this first. Pickled goods would be great for beavers and foxes, but if we're gonna go the harpy route, we can. We can also work on the clothe the air, because we need. No, just complex. Okay, then we'll take jerky. If we need to, we'll merchant for jerky or trader for jerky. I'll have to see what I ultimately choose. And I guess we go lumber mill. Sorry, I had to cough. Yeah, lumber mill. Because if we make dye, we can use it for trade goods if we need to. But primarily, I want something, either the planks or the bricks. The pottery would be nice, but I've already made my decision. Oh my sweet goodness, I knocked into the table. So we'll take the lumber mill, and we'll be happy with that. Now, that being said, I think we should immediately be able to do a thing. We do have an immediate mine as well, but we want to do that. And I'm pretty sure, because technically these are not... Does this count for soil reclamation? Well, either way, I know that this flax field will become it. I think ponds turn into thingies too, but while we have it here, we might as well, we're gonna double up here. We do have the harpies for it. I forgot that so there is a shortcut to make more of the same building. I just keep forgetting to make use of it. Out of curiosity, is it shift or tab? It's shift. Okay, good. I'll try to remember that. I probably won't, but hey. And let's get like one woodcutter's camp. I usually like to make more, but right here, funny enough, I might actually want... We have a lot of small glades around us. We are surrounded by small glades. Well, either way, I don't want to open it just yet because I don't want to open any because I want to wait for the orders. So what we're actually going to do is... we'll cut this way. Never. Who am I kidding? And with that said... I'm going to have to get used to foxes not having... So again, just really quickly, I know I've talked about it before, but I think it's important to talk about again as I make sure... Oh, I need... Never mind, I can't make use of that yet. Well, I guess we are making 2 woodcutter camps. I could also opt to make a fishing hut. That would help out immensely as well. This is also our only other source of food, so... Yeah, everyone gets to do their thing. Let's set this to mark trees only. I forgot to... disable coal. I should also have disabled consumption. Because I think you can sometimes start with... Yeah, I know you can start with complex food. Funny enough, though, the only real food we have are, I think, eggs and vegetables. Yeah. So we'll eat those. I mean, 60 should be more than enough, but... Just making another check. I feel like I forgot something else, but... While people are working, we can just move on. So, with that said... we can fit something here, so we'll just go the full length. And we will also do this. I really do feel like I'm forgetting something else, though. But hopefully it won't be so bad. So let's take that in the face. We can save Hostility 2 for... Or 3, sorry. Really, that's the one we're worried about. Yeah, we don't want things to burn quicker, but hey. And we'll see what else happens. We should actually focus 1 for the moment. We'll make the other one... Well, yeah, let's just focus 1. That way we can finish that off before the season. I think usually you can only get 1 node if you put 2 camps. But we'll see. Grain production increased by 1. That's unfortunate. 40 meat every time someone dies or leaves, so... but I think we're going to take 1 villager instead. I should prepare for the eventuality that is losing people, but for the moment... I think we'll be okay. So yeah, let's just open up this area for the glade first. And then we'll work on the dangerous glade down here in the meanwhile. Otherwise, normally I would make 2 woodcutter camps, but that's not what happened today. These orders will save till the storm. And essentially, I do want to empty this pond, but really, I'll disable or remove one of these camps the moment we get things done. So let me just make sure I set this up now. This is quite a bit a ways away, but we want to do it regardless, so... Because I want to move towards this dangerous glade. Now, I could move towards this forbidden glade. That's the plan. But if we have to cut open smaller glades, we will. And then, yeah, that should finish then. And then we can... They might push this. No, we're not going to be able to open that in time. What we can do... No, we can't. So, I mean, getting a fertile few... I could have forced it and sacrificed the fish. We definitely had enough food for that, but... Just deciding to do this for the moment. Can we actually finish this? They're right next to the hearth. I guess I'm about to find out. Because their break time is going to... be a bit, but I guess we'll see. And I'm curious as to what this if I do get fertile soil here, what it's gonna look like. But yeah, so they're delivering things. Do we have a harpy? Okay, good. We do have a harpy. We do have a harpy. And pretty much in clearance season is when I plan to do plan to make the makeshift post, crude workstation, so on and so forth. But let's hope we can actually... I think they should be able to clear this. So we're going to move this. I don't know how the things spawn, but we're going to hope that they do spawn. We're going to make them walk a little bit farther. And this should be it. And they're going to carry everything. And the moment that they do... we can start making the stuff that I want to make, which should probably include houses first. In fact, I shouldn't have even put a road here. This is I haven't seen this structure of Earth plus warehouse yet, but now I know. Because I usually like to make my paths like this. But hey. And again, we'll put it at -1 priority. And then we'll start making shelters. We did not really get a lot of wood. Well, we'll do our best. Getting at least 3 shelters built will probably be good for us, so... Taking clay, resting, so I shouldn't need to do that. Should prioritize these, but we're also not getting as much wood as I thought. Part of that is the hearth is burning wood, but I'd rather do that than coal, so hey. And yeah, since we don't need these, I should leave 1 up just in case I need it later, but for the moment... you know what? Actually, I'm gonna make another woodcutter's camp. And we'll start cutting this way. And hope for the best. Actually, yeah, so if I put a mine here, let me just make sure. You can at least preview things. Okay, yeah. So that'll be fine there. Because sometimes a tree's in the way and then you can't hit every single node and that makes me sad. I just realized I canceled everything. Never mind, because we have 1 person anyway. We'll throw this somewhere. Doesn't really matter where. This just saves time building it again, if need be. But we need these shelters ASAP. So we need at least 4, need probably 5 or 6, but we can wait on that. And 1 person is probably not going to be fast enough, but we should be able to last the season. It's because I wanted to prioritize this pond as well. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say. Again, prepare to open up this dangerous glade if need be. I should set up this farm before the storm season comes, but we'll see if we even get to do that. With that said, let's have 2 builders working because we're not getting things built fast enough. And I think we just sit here for the moment. Yeah. Yeah, we want to open this, or we want to clear the trees here if possible. In fact, I'm going to clear even more. But the moment these get made, let's make the crude thingy-majiggy, the crude workstation, and the trading post, and probably a farm. But I don't know if I don't think we have the planks, do we? No, we don't. For some reason, I thought I had planks to start with. That is not true. So let's get these shelters built, and yeah, we do the crude workstation, and I think I rush the... No, let's rush the farm. The farm is more important here, for the moment. So normally I would put a thingy here, but... Another road over here, but I don't think we have the space, so instead... Let's make use of this crude workstation and quickly get to work on getting planks. I would like to rush to the lumber mill, but that's going to have to wait if I want to make the farm instead. I said I was going to make a trading post. I did not. In fact, we need to move this a bit over, if possible, so I can actually make the trading post. Not the place post, trading post. Nope, don't even have space anyway. Never mind, I lied. Well, I still want the wood, so we're going to leave 5 woodcutters free. So yeah, there goes the wood, but hopefully we'll bring it back and have enough for the storm. We're getting sea marrow from the trees? Yeah. So we could opt to burn that instead. Yeah, you know what? And then once these get made, we'll leave the wood in there because it's not like we're doing much else. Out of curiosity, what does the lumber mill need again? 2 bricks and 2 cloth. Can I even do that? Yes, because I just got the cloth. And yes, when we have a little bit of clay from something. But more importantly, we want to get this built. Yay. Should have enough to survive this coming storm, but the moment this gets done, let's deliver these. And then get to work on the production here. If need be, we can build a trading post during the storm, but I'd like these woodcutters to continue cutting, if possible. Alternatively, we need to get this mine up and running ASAP as well, but we don't have enough bricks because we only have 6 to 8 clay. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So I would like to make stormwater now, but yeah, that's probably not going to happen because I'm going to focus the farm here. I think that's more important for me, if for no other reason than sustainability. So as we get into the storm, we're just going to rush through. High hostility, yeah, I know. But we can disable the woodcutters when needed. Probably even just more than halfway through the storm, but we'll find out. So we'll let that go for a moment. You can let it go on for longer, but then we finally accept these orders and see what's on our plate. So, 2 trade routes, which we can actually do because we are doing a thing. We also could do that, but I'd rather this for the plank production. As odd as that sounds. This is nice for the villagers too, but we're going to be making packs of provisions, theoretically speaking, with the herb garden. Harpy resolve at 13, otherwise packs of crops. Again, we're going to be making the thing, and getting more packs of crops would be interesting and nice. 2 harpies was also nice, but yeah. Yeah, let's... Big trade route, well, actually we don't have... Oh, no, I was about to say, did I not have that? Anywho. Disable that. They'll heal. And we'll also get more villagers soon. But we want to make these 2 buildings. We want to make the makeshift post, and then we want to make the trading post if possible. And then there are these roads that we're sitting on, but hey. Additionally, we also need more shelter, but... So, probably 2 here. We're going to lose our wood, but we have the marrow to last for the moment as I cut these. Only 1 beaver makes me really sad. But we probably missed out on like what, an extra 10 to 20 logs? Wood. I call it logs, but I think it's fine. So, my question is again, let's see if this actually turns into fertile soil. That would be interesting. And yeah, we do need both roots and herbs, so we'll make that the focus for the moment. Workers' rations. All workers have a 10% chance, but also 10% chance of consuming twice as much food. If I have a bunch of farms, that's fine. That's not good if I'm using complex food. But I assume this helps itself, but we'll see. Empathy, maybe? 40 water skins for each full reputation point through high resolve. Which I'm not sure if I'm gonna get. I guess I can ask myself the question. 40 water skins through high resolve. And I think it tells you how much you did, right? Question mark? Yeah. So, overall in this map, because we're just on Viceroy, we're not on Prestige 1. Prestige 1 is the first jump for me. Storm Duration I don't really consider, and as well as Prestige 3 and 4, I don't consider too much of a jump, but... I guess I'll find out. I could save the fish, but no. You know what? Let's toy with workers' rest, because this is production across everything. But hostility lower. Again, it depends if I'm lucky enough to get a lot of empathy options, and maybe not. Maybe I do 2 in a row, but that's 80. I mean, 80 hostility is still a lot, but yeah, we're gonna use workers' rations, and we'll take 3 instead of 2. And we can finally put another beaver here. But we're also gonna put 3 foxes here. This would get me a cooperation bonus in alpha, but we're not on alpha. So, at this moment, I should probably cut into these small glades, if nothing else, so that I can maybe get more fertile soil, basically, with soil reclamation. That's the end result. That's the end all be all of everything. That would help me prepare things for the future as I open space for the hearth, basically. That's what I would be doing. We'll start with the area closest to the hearth. So we'll cut this here. And depending on how fast we cut it, we can get more fertile soil immediately, but it depends on what we run into past this glade. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Now we didn't need 2 shelters here, but we have 2 woodcutter camps, which is my bare minimum usually that I like to use. My next question. So, if I want to make packs of crops as we open that glade, I need to not eat roots. And with that said, we have more roots here, so never mind. I can still eat the roots, it's just that we have to do stuff. Also, a Thunderblight Shard, I need to consider making mines very, very soon. Yeah, and this clay will help out, because without this clay, we will not be able to make more bricks to make, well, yeah, this mine. But first and foremost, let's... I think I already have 1, right? Yeah, no. No, I don't. Did I really destroy them both? Why would I do that? Anywho. Well, I know why I do that. Well, I know why I do that. Oh, I didn't do the thing again. Well, hey, it's fine. We'll just put 2 here. We will prioritize this one first, if possible. Then this one. But we'll see what actually happens. We'll remove pretty much... Oh, yeah, well, that should be enough. We should have enough wood for this, right? Yeah, kind of. Not really, though. If we take down one of these shelters, we have enough wood. Yeah, we're still missing shelter space for resolve, but I think we'll be fine for the moment. I could also remove 1 more woodcutter, and I think we can push foxes to... No, never mind, they're not affected by hostility. I'm going crazy. Never mind, I lied. Continue. Although we do have extra people working now, so... I could triple up on this. Ooh, no, don't do that. I can't reach until this tree gets out of the way. Right? Yeah. Or I could do that. Yeah, with 3 working, we should be perfectly fine. Now, we do still want to make this shelter at least, but right after that, as we enable consumption on roots... And again, no, we don't need to. Not at the moment. We need to focus packs with crops. The thingamajiggy would help too, but we don't have anything to really sell. No, not yet. What's our byproduct? Stone. So we do have bricks here, I guess, but that would involve me making. Is that tree real? What the heck? Why can't I chop that one down? Okay, it's being chopped down. That's the reason why. But yeah, what I want to do is, 1, make packs of crops if possible. Actually make provisions, question mark? No. Well, wow, you didn't even finish making the shelter. I cut it short because I'm going crazy. Are we going to finish this in time? We might not. That being said... Oh, no, I don't think the farm can reach that place anyway. Is there anything I need here? No. Because I can't even sell anything anyway. I mean, I could, but I don't think it'd really do me much good. So we definitely can deplete one of these nodes. Can we deplete a second one with the power of stuff, and we can start making paths here? That would actually help out a bit. There's some leather here as well, apparently, that I didn't even see, so whoops. But more importantly, yeah, we're working on these farm fields. We should definitely be able to deplete one. I guess I should keep an eye on it, because otherwise I will not be able to track it. But we also... Okay, so what I said earlier was I need to make this mine. Yeah, I mean, if I don't make the mine, I can't get more stone anyway, so we do need to break this open, actually. Because otherwise I won't have the materials to make this mine. I could RNG into a glade, but I don't feel that's the best decision for me here. So let's see. Are we really not going to make it? It is a bit of a walk to the the warehouse. But it's not the farthest walk. But again, we'll see what happens. We need to finish at least one of these nodes. That would make me feel a bit better. But during the next drizzle, we should be able to handle more. We can also make 2 mines, but let's focus on the one here first. Even though it's kind of equidistant to the warehouse and technically the hearth, even though obviously this one's close to the hearth. Yeah, things. Oh, it's the wrong one. Yeah, because that one was a... Where did I put it? Here? Yeah, here. The Harvester's Camp was for the leather here, but meh. So we will finish that. We won't finish anything else, though. But I still do want to cut these trees, if possible. And we'll deplete these roots as much as possible. Tell me you guys are actually getting that. But anywho, what happened to the one person? Oh, they're working on the cache. Which, yeah, the fertile soil now is going around. That actually cuts into the mine here. No, it doesn't. I'm going crazy. But we will kind of... We'll stop at about 4 to 5 charges, or try to, as we get impatience up, hostility down. Yeah, and when this finishes, if and when it finishes... Okay, I need to keep an eye on this, because there are 6 people working on these nodes, this node particularly. So I need to keep an eye out on just destroying all the charges. I could slow down, or remove one of these. I guess at this point I should. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll have to move over this way to just transport all the items, but we also want to make 4 bricks. If possible. Do we need more? I think we need more, right? No. We just need 4 bricks. We should be making 2. The fox will bring back the rest of the clay. I forgot if you could do... No, only... So in Alpha 2, another interesting thing they're going to bring is that you can prioritize which rewards you want to bring first by essentially shifting things over. But let me just disable this. We don't need 3 anymore, because that was primarily for rushing these. In fact, we could shift the focus to this leather here, but we'll keep an eye on it instead. Because I think what I want to do is actually make a path over. But if that cuts into farm space, sure, so be it. I do need to keep an eye on the charges, so we'll try to do that. Hopefully I don't mess up the timing. And so, yeah, now the priority doesn't happen immediately, but they should stop right after. And it's a bit of math. Basically, I know 4 people can be working on this max. I think there's it's unlimited maximum. I don't know for sure. Someone let me know if I'm wrong. But the other part of it, and also I think we're gonna be in pain resolve-wise, but so there can only be a maximum of, yeah, so 4 charges depleted because there are 4 workers. Which means every time people are working on this, and if they're already working on something, that you can't make them stop. So you have to be on the lookout for when they're transporting, when they're actually working on a node, so on and so forth. But we should be, yeah, 3 charges, so if this goes down to like 6 or 7, we can disable everything if we so choose. And we should have 4 bricks right after this, yeah. So we'll disable that in due time. Pats are being made, so I don't really mind. I think there are 2 people transporting the roots. One of them is taking a break. And yeah, just keeping an eye on these charges to prepare them for soil reclamation during drizzle. And then we can actually put another farm here if I so choose. I actually do want to. But let me just make sure they aren't going to do a thing here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 max. And we should still be okay for the moment. But again, I need to keep an eye on things. So that, and then now we can set up this mine. Rip the road, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. I mean, we can put one there. But let me just keep an eye on this. So, how much do we have? 43 roots, and we're not making any thingamajiggies, so we'll have someone continue making packs of crops here. And with that said, let's do this. And we should be pretty good. Here, though, still could cut some more trees. So we'll continue doing that, if for no other reason than space, but the warehouse and hearth being positioned as they are would mean that cutting these trees would be good for making things faster. Yeah, I think. And with these nearly done, so right after these two finish with these charges, I'm going to move this building as well. In fact, these foxes are going to go here. Well, a fox and a harpy, because I need to open up space in case I need to do an event. I wonder if they're going to move immediately. I guess we're going to find out. Okay, yeah, they will. So they're not going to finish those. 7 charges, we should be able to do that in the next drizzle. Meanwhile, storm. I can primarily focus roots somewhere. Do I want to do that? Yeah, probably. Because then we should have enough herbs to do stuff, so... It's not the most efficient, but it'll be what we do. And I think I actually do have a bunch of hostility, so... I could also opt to remove woodcutters when needed. So we can do that immediately, but when we need more, we will do other stuff. Otherwise, we want to focus this mine, pretty much. Hoping for beavers. I can also set up 2 mines to get this Thunderblight shard quicker. Hold on, I haven't actually looked at this. I might as well do it now while we're in the storm. Trade routes faster. 7 packs for every whatever. So we can, yeah, this is permanent, by the way. So every time we do whatever this condition I might set. Probably not that. Not that either. 40 complex foods, probably that. If not, 25 amber per goods sold. This won't work on a higher prestige, or it's less effective on a higher prestige where your goods are worth less, but hey. 2 villagers die, that's interesting. Pretty much impatience. Storm lasts longer. Funny enough, that might actually be helpful. Yeah, I think we'll take the longer storm. Now, if something bad happens during the storm, or the hostility absolutely destroys us. Actually, hold on. Not really. Yeah, we should be pretty okay. So if we're going to continue selling crops, because we're essentially using the effect of soil reclamation to produce goods. Out of curiosity, how much do we get? Yeah, 2 amber per. So, well, it's not 2 amber, because when you buy amber, it costs more. But you get the point. If we're going to be selling a lot, we want to probably use this one. And then if we're going to be using provisions, then we could do it. Otherwise, complex food production... Yeah, I didn't even look at these other ones. Gain 7 packs every time you do that. So probably either food production speed or trade routes. The question is if I'm going to be using a lot of trade routes. Because I do want to do complex food because of this. Thinking. I think we'll be okay. If I want to feel safe, I do trade routes. Now the problem is having enough materials to continue using trade routes, because we don't just need packs of provisions. We need things to sell. But yeah, the more dangerous one is complex food. But I feel this is safer because I will be using trade routes, if for no other reason than orders. So you know what? Yeah, I mean, it's not like I have that perk yet. In fact, I may not even get it, so... hay. I could also set up 2 farms. I might actually need to, considering how much farmland there is. Although I do need to consider more stuff. Let's actually make more shelter while we're just sitting here. That way we're not just sitting here. We can move this shelter, but we will probably need more. I do feel like breaking into a dangerous glade, but maybe we don't need to. Maybe we don't need to. Because of soil reclamation is the big breadwinner here. I'm just gonna make 2 more shelters and have them put to work. But let's see here. Yeah, these people can continue working. Now I'm really sad that I don't have a thingamajiggy. Which buildings do we have? Apothecary for jerky, which I haven't made yet. I should actually make that. And then the lumber mill with a brick, which I should also make for wood production. So let's actually do that really quickly. I'll remove 2. One of them is taking a break, so we can just remove that beaver for the moment. But otherwise, when Drizzle comes back, maybe we only use 1 woodcutter camp? Maybe? But let's actually get started on making these things. So let's move these while the storm is going. We don't need to pause the game. We shouldn't need to pause the game, even though a lot of people are taking a break. Actually, you know what I could do? I could have people in here because we might as well work on lowering these charges. In fact, I can make another one, I think. That way we can get more fertile soil. That probably would have been a better idea. Welp. Too late now. We can actually do this too. And have them finish off these nodes here. So we have packs of crops. Now we get more packs of crops. I forgot to do this. Drizzle water, jerky, harpy house. That assumes I'm going to get the harpy house. Funny enough, I'd rather deliver drizzle water. This is helpful, but I'd rather work on drizzle water. Harpy resolve as well, aesthetics, or algae. Okay, fine. I guess we'll do harpies at some point. I mean, we were planning to make jerky, so it's not out of reach, but let's see. And then we have leather for this, and then we can make dye. We also have resin. And then building materials for lumber mill to complement good productions. Otherwise, leather skins maybe too, but it depends on what we have. Druid hut if we get plantation, but we don't. That's not guaranteed. So I think instead, that's right, we do have complex food needs. We are making roots. We just don't have these, right? No, not yet. They would be interesting to make though. And then I can make ale for the beavers. Incense for the foxes. Would be quite helpful. And we're making them. Basically, I'm asking myself where I can be the most self-sustaining. But we do need complex food for hostility 4. Coats is not a bad idea, but because this is the resolve way, but this is for hostility management. Distillery, who is that for? Foxes with blight. If there is a assist in the distillery. Alright, fine. But what I wanted to do was move one of these. Oops. We get villagers. Let me just wait a moment. They're really not giving me beavers. That's fine, but I know I'm getting a lot of harpies, but let's actually spread this really quickly. We'll take more hostility, and let's finally make this lumber mill. Or try to, because we have to deliver these bricks. So, these should finish. If they don't finish by the time Drizzle ends, I will be confused. We probably do need another farm though. In fact, another harvester's camp would be interesting too, but we'll see. So basically, I can gather a bunch of logs, or wood, sorry, I keep calling it logs, and then proceed to use the lumber mill during the storm, theoretically speaking. Yeah, that's the plan. You know what I also should do? I should make packs of provisions as well. Do I have a building for either of these, just to make sure? No. Only for, well, even this, but... the other question is, the apothecary, yeah, need 5 planks and 2 of those. Let's actually, funny enough, delete this. I think... I feel like they might interfere with the fertile soil, so we're gonna remove the path here. Maybe. Possibly. Now, this does mean we will need 2 farms, but hey, we'll set that up in a moment. No, you put the thing there. I guess we'll see where the fertile soil now. I want to make the I want to make the farm now. So it seems to reach around here, but I guess we'll find out. I'll play the. I'm not sure now. I don't know if they'll. It looks like they can. Yeah. Complete this before the end of everything else. Another herb garden. Maybe we'll put it here for now. Actually, no. We'll put it here. So we can hit more of the fields that we theoretically are going to be using here. And away we go. Oh, we don't have planks, I realize. Well, that means one of you needs to make planks. That means we don't need you guys here at the moment, so... we'll leave it deactivated so they don't build that. And then they finish that, so we can now do this. Move this small forger's camp. No fertile soil here. Might even be sitting on fertile soil. I guess we'll find out. No, we can't. To even click the button, you need to do the thing. So with that said, I'm very curious, but I guess for now we can try to put this herb garden here. No, here. Or technically here. Ugh. Can't decide. We'll put it closer to here. So we can hit the most. Oh my goodness gracious. Please, these blanks. We have half of Drizzle left. We should be able to make it. And let's find out. This is done. Yes, I know. Yeah, this should be finished as well, but I guess we're going to find out. I don't think we're going to be able to plant everything, but we'll do our best. It's also now in the way of this. Now it really is in the way of this. If I were to make a mine here, we do need planks for this mine down there as well. And yeah, it might even be a few years before you even... I do want to go for this Thunderblight Shard. That seems to be useful, but maybe not. We'll see. Did I say I wanted to focus roots? Yes, I did. This one is herbs and roots. This one can just be roots. Or we can switch in the meanwhile and do a thing. But I noticed that I didn't get any more fertile soil, so rip. I'll remove one. That's done. And let's see if they can do it. With 4 people working, we should definitely be able to fill out most of these fields. I'm probably going to miss 1 or 2 spaces, but it's fine. Let's see here. This woodcutter's camp is out of trees for the moment. We've pretty much cleared nearly every tree. I can open this next glade and prep for more stuff, but I guess we'll find out. That doesn't mean I need to toss these houses somewhere else. And then, I mean, I probably should break into at least, or cut into at least 1 dangerous glade. If for no other reason, then there's an event that will grant me either something really nice, or just really reputation points. But we'll find out. So just to be sure, we'll go this way, and cut like this. Never mind, we've already cut that way. Okay, never mind. I lied. We'll do this then. No, we do this. put it a little bit closer. Yes, I know. Again, I always like leaving one camp just in case. Because I don't know which camp. If I need a second camp to make more fertile soil, hey. Maybe focusing too much on fertile soil, but hey. That too. Another hey. I might actually destroy that, but I guess we'll see. Let's see. We need drizzle water, right? Well, we're already losing that. And now I'm a bit sad that I don't have anything. So I guess what I will do is use the free builders to make planks, or try to make planks. It's not the most efficient use of it, but we'll make do with what we've got. And yeah, we'll continue to make trade goods. Before Drizzle ends, let's see if we can trade anything. Marrow. Multiplier 2, so for the sake of time, we'll just do 2 for the moment. But we do want to do more. I probably should have pushed that to 10, actually, but it's too late now. To level up the trade route. But hey. No, we did not plant everything. So I think it's like, on average, they can handle about 8. Well, here, 9, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I mean, we'll do our best. Let's see. More orders, but I'll wait for the moment. 8 aesthetics. And yeah, we need this mine built. We don't have beavers for it, but I think the production of the first-hand materials like logs is better than... Well, the mine too, but what I mean by that is I could put a beaver in here, but it's better to get more logs than more planks, question mark? Also, keep in mind that I have not made any complex food yet. I should actually probably think about doing that. Do we have enough for another... Yeah, we can make this apothecary if I so choose. We should probably get to work on that. Was there something else? Was it cloth? No, more planks. Yeah, we're not going to finish any trade routes for the moment, unless we do this, maybe. But I would like to wait for a 2 multiplier. Also, we need more packs of provisions, so there's that too. But let's see. What would we buy here? Probably just amber. It's not like we... Well, bricks, actually. Because we don't have any... Well, no. We're going to get stone from the mine, theoretically speaking. So, I could save time by buying planks. And instead opt to grab these... grab boots. So, 4 planks, 4 bricks. And then we'll buy it with how many ever packs of crops we would need. Extra parts would be interesting so that I can make more camps. I guess I could with the crops I have. Might as well use it, right? Do we even have enough? No. But I could sell packs of provisions if I so choose. Probably should. So before the clear... that's my shoes. Not shoes, sandals. Otherwise I could not do that instead. Yeah, I cannot use these bricks. Again, we're buying time by making the mine earlier. It's not that much time, so you know what? So that I don't use these packs of provisions, I can save a little bit. Or I could just use, like, logs instead. Oh my goodness, then never mind. I'm not going to use logs. I guess 1 amber. And we can finally get to work on this mine, I think. I know we're making planks here, but again, we're buying some time. And I don't need to cut into this glade to ruin my hostility for the moment. So, yeah. I think we have a... We can finally make... Nope, we can't. That's right. We need more roots to be harvested first. Which we should be getting in due time. But first and foremost... So I think we have perfectly 4. We don't really need to make anything at the moment. Except for maybe more houses. Out of curiosity. Okay, never mind. We have 5 free space. So yeah, everyone work in these mines. This is coal, right? Yeah, it is. And we'll probably use planks to upgrade it later, but for the moment, we can finally not use wood anymore and use coal. Let's see, 70 drizzle water. I do need to get... I do want to set that up as well, so we'll take away from the mine if need be, I think. Or technically the farms when No, because during the storm they need to double up the harvest. Right? Am I going crazy? To ensure a 10% chance of growing extra crops. So yeah, that is a bit more productive. Also, yeah, I keep making packs of crops, so all things considered, if I wanted to use the trade route, which I do want to, I have to stop using routes. Also, we're going to run out of food if I keep making packs of crops, so I guess for the moment, we'll stop that. And we'll do this. I think it is 30, right? Yeah. So in 3 minutes, we will have our 2 trade routes and multiplier 2. I'll accept those orders later, just in case they ask me to cut open a glade during the storm. I'll accept them during the storm, is what I'm trying to say. Resolve in aesthetics. Aesthetics is just planks, right? Also, I just realized I need to make this park. I don't have any builders for it, but when we do, I think we need to. I didn't need to make that one, but this garden. But we are. Actually, we have enough. We have more than enough planks, so we'll have that guy. We'll have that fox or girl build these things. Also, that fox as well, I guess. We can continue making planks. My worry was the apothecary, I think, or now the distillery. I realize. Either or is good. We'll make this. Oh my goodness, I needed to cut open some space here. I guess we'll do that really quickly, or try to. I could also just move this makeshift post. We'll move this first. And then I could put it there, but for the moment, I want the production building to be closer to the warehouse. Well, it's kind of equidistant to the warehouse and the hearth, so it doesn't really matter, but let's make jerky first, because we have a harpy order. Or try to. This does mean as soon as we get both of these made, because I think we have enough people to do the thing, never mind. I lied. But we need aesthetics anyway, so at least making one wouldn't be so bad. This second one, though, doesn't need to exist. Yeah, and we'll keep moving on here. But I should consider cutting these trees here. That would help free up space. If for nothing else, then more buildings. This, I should probably, again... Oh, I can't even upgrade mines. Never mind, I lied. I'm a big liar. Well, as I said, let's cut some of these trees here. Probably open a bigger space than expected. And what I actually want to do is make jerky with the insects and the meat that I have. We'll use coal because it's more efficient, question mark? But we'll use harpies here because it's more efficient. I don't have any of those yet. I should actually make a rain collector, which I will do. Move this woodcutter's camp. In fact, I can move a lot of other stuff. But someplace where it'll be snug. So 1, 2, I'm just trying to calculate in my head. It's a really quick calculation. 3, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, so probably put the rain collector here. My rain collectors usually end up around the hearth somewhere, but hey, again, this is for drizzle water that we want to deliver. So we are going to be missing parts left and right, but that's the price we pay. We need newcomers, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. Are they starving, by the way? They are. We can enable roots again. But I also want to use make packs of crops once more. Yeah, I know you guys are sad. That's going to cut into my resolve immensely, but hopefully that fixes itself in due time. Yeah, because we can't lower hostility through woodcutters. Whoops. Don't want to sell the meat, so we're not going to do that. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have enabled consumption on these things. Whoops. But the hunger is another big part of things. I don't think they're going to take a break within in time, so we need to address the hunger. But as soon as these we'll wait until the very last moment, basically. Heck, we'll even lower hostility with the sacrifice, I think, of wood. Now, is it gonna go positive in time is my next question. No, it doesn't seem like it. Wow, really? That's sad. That makes me quite sad, actually. If that's the case, we don't need to sacrifice any more wood. Because guess what? We lost stuff, so... That was not good. We did not want that to happen. So, instead... We'll put these woodcutters back. That was not good, though. That should not have happened. I certainly could have avoided it. But anywho. Let's actually accept these orders now. Stormwater and engines, 10 trade routes. 10 trade routes. We're seemingly going to be using it. Use drizzle water. Have 10 harpies. We're not making berries. I guess we're going to try to do that stuff. We got more parts, by the way. And then they give me the plantation. Fine. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. The main difference between berries you cannot use to make flour, but you can use to make wine and something else. But let's do a quick check. I might as well while I'm here. As we move into Drizzle Year 4. So this really quickly, pretty much because we're nearing the end of this video, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, incense, ale, and shares berries with pickled goods. But alternatively, what berries can grant, aside from packs of provisions, is another food source. And we don't have anything else at the moment, but just to humor the issue. Not a ranch, because we're probably... they wouldn't offer me that. An alternative... Well, yeah. The other side of... I thought flour can be made with roots. Am I going crazy here? Hold on, let me just check really quickly. It can. But, yeah, for berries, it can be used in tandem to just make more of the biscuits. And then, as I said, yeah, specifically for wine, but only the beavers benefit from that. But really, the biggest draw to plantation is the plant fiber for cloth and oil. I guess that's the question, right? But that depends on what happens after. I mean, it's not a bad idea to, I guess, vary things up, I guess, is what I'm trying to look at here. Yeah, just one stack of overlap. Now, it's not like we're going to use the forager's hut, so, you know, all things considered. Otherwise, something for fabric would be nice, but if we can't even make fabric, that's a problem. So I guess we will take the plantation. With that said, we will knock this down. Because we have a lot of harpies. I guess we might as well use them for something. We'll open up the plantation here. Put these harpies back. But I am kind of sad that I lost the stuff. I don't have a trade route active. I can make use of a trade route. Yeah, let's do it so we can finish that order here. And then we'll move on with our ordered and this video, I guess. So as we near the end of this video, we can take a look at the cornerstones. This is interesting because I can now open a bunch of small glades and then the dangerous glade and do stuff. Impatience, 30% slower, and we're gonna do a lot of trade routes. So this isn't bad either. Otherwise, survivor bonding is the safe pick. We're gonna get newcomers in a bit, but I won't wait so we can react. But we did lose a harpy, and that makes me sad. We can, I think, boost ourselves into 15 resolve. No, we can't, because we won't have enough resolve, I don't think. Yeah, because this will bring it up to 5. But this will drop back down to 0 until we make jerky, I guess. But that's a worry for later. And then just looking at the trader we're going to get next is Zorg, which is good for more varied food, but still need to make the distillery, and then I think that's really it. Yeah. Pickled goods, we don't have any containers, but I think Zorg also sells containers. So yeah, without further ado, this is probably going to be the end of this video. I did that on accident. Does that ship here? No, it doesn't, thankfully. But yeah, I think we'll end with that. And as always, you know, if you want to support me, you know what to do. If you don't want to support me, that's cool too. Otherwise, yeah, this hour-long video should come to an end, and I will see you when I see you. Thank you for watching. Bye!